You are tuned into the video game pharmacy.
Well, what is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of VGRx, your bi-weekly dose of video game news, knowledge, and know-how. Are we doing bi-weekly
Almost.
now? Okay, I feel like
we can almost claim that.
That's what we're going with. Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, your boy, Scott, and then I have my other boy, another host, Brittin.
That's me. Hello.
And we're missing one. We're one down.
We're down one today.
My dad's here, but he's not on mic.
No.
He's just here hanging out. Zach, who's not my dad, is at a festival right now. He's putting the show on the wayside. So first of all, how dare him?
Priorities.
Yeah, how dare him?
In his defense, though, you'd rather be garage sailing right now.
I mean, 100%. Yeah, like I'm missing out on some prime sailage.
I'm the only one that just needs to be here no matter what.
You're just like, I have a family.
I could be hanging out at home doing yard work, gardening, hanging with the kids, but dedication.
I don't think so. Oh,
yep.
Hang on, let me move this to the boom pop. Now I can see it.
Okay.
Welcome. Hi.
To me or to them?
Both.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm excited,
I
man.
appreciate it.
This is great.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff on the docket. There was a lot of
so much.
A lot of trailers going on. There was a lot of first looks.
We talked like 2 weeks ago about how, not 2 weeks, 2 episodes ago about how E3 officially died and could be gone for good. Who knows?
Yeah.
And I was sort of lamenting that fact and kind of down about, June was always a fun time for gamers because there's so many announcements, so much stuff being shown off for the first time, revealed.
Yeah.
It turns out we don't need E3 for all that.
No, we don't.
And you guys said that, and I felt the same way, but there was just part of me that loved that stage show, that the gathering of E3, the formalizing of it all. But this worked out fine, honestly.
People like when Keanu Reeves gets on stage and goes, I love you.
That was great. I'm pretty sure Keanu's somewhere in this doc today. We'll probably get
100%
to him.
100% is.
No
So before we get started, though, we don't have the answers for the question of the week, so we'll save that for next episode. I know you guys are clamoring at the
everybody's
bits.
favorite part of the show.
I know,
for
right?
Sure.
Do you have a Gmail?
I do have a Gmail.
Ooh, hit me with it.
I'm so glad you asked.
Oh man, hang on. If I had to guess,
does
it start with Z and end with Elda?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with
Hit
that.
me with
Shockingly, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if we'll have time to talk about Zelda today. I want to, but we'll see at the end of the show if we get there. So my youngest daughter and I, she's 7. She's about to turn 8. We were playing Smash Bros. The other morning.
Yeah.
And we just always have a blast. Random stages, random characters, whatever you want to do. And I'm like...
Ultimate, right? Like Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought to myself for a second, wait, there's characters in this game that I haven't even downloaded yet, that I haven't purchased. So I was like, do you want to hop on the eShop and get some characters that we haven't used yet? And obviously, yes, let's do this. So I got on there and grabbed all the characters that I really wanted that I had never purchased before.
Yeah.
So I got Sora.
Uh-huh.
I got Pyra and Mithra.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And I got Banjo.
Okay. Perfect.
I was kind of thinking about you, and I got Banjo.
Yeah, my man.
Because it's not my thing, but I appreciate the character, if nothing else. And we played for like 2 hours with these new characters, and
they're fun.
Threw old ones into the mix. It was so much fun.
I love Pyra Mithra.
They seem so OP, man. Some of those moves have like a perfect combination of power and range and throwing power. It's fantastic.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're great.
They're actually like my main when I play Smash.
Okay.
Yeah.
I typically don't like the whole multiple
Switching.
characters built into one, like with Pokemon Trainer, but it works really well here.
I normally just play with Mithra mostly. Like Mithra's speed, Pyra's power.
Yep.
But it all depends on the situation.
Are you surprised Numa's not a part of the equation?
I'm not surprised. No.
It's kind of a spoiler almost.
Yeah.
To throw that in.
It really is.
Yeah. Rex makes a cameo every once in a while, like when you do your final Smash.
I just think it's so funny that they left him out completely, right?
Pretty much.
Like,
yeah. He's not even standing in the background like the Pokemon Trainer is.
No. He's MIA. He's there for like the Smash move, but
that's about it.
Yeah. I just think it's really funny because I remember. What was it? Because Pyra Mithra came out in the second DLC pack, right? Because they had 2. They had the second one and the first one.
Yeah. And
the first one, they released a skin for the Mii characters.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And they were like, Rex isn't in the game because at the time when the first DLC pack came out, they weren't done with Xenoblade yet, Xenoblade 2, so no one knew the character, which I don't really know why that stopped them.
Wait, but Xenoblade was a pretty early game.
It was.
I don't know if that's true.
No, Xenoblade 2
Right, yeah. I know that was like 2018 or something. I thought it was already out.
It might have been, but it might have just come out.
Okay.
So, which I don't know why you wouldn't put the character, but regardless, I don't know. I kind of like Pyra and Mythra more than I like Rex being in the game. Like Rex is cool.
Yeah.
But Pyra and Mythra are the reason he has the weapons in the first place.
Yeah, he's far less iconic, and he's nothing without them.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It just makes more sense. And you can't really factor all three of them into the equation. That wouldn't really work.
Yeah. Like Shulk has the Monato's power. So,
yeah, sure he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no Rhine though, so it's never Rhine time.
It's sad times. How do you like Sora? What do you think of him?
He's cool.
He seems good.
He's got a weird gimmick, but I like it.
I played around with him a bit. What's the gimmick? What are you referring to?
Like his magic and stuff like that.
Other characters have stuff like that. That's not that weird.
I mean, that's true, but like you just kind of plan around it. It's kind of like the hero.
Yeah.
From the
Dragon Quest. He's got a good balance of power and range and versatility.
Yeah.
Movement speed.
He's just a very cool character.
I call him an all-arounder.
Yeah.
If pressed.
Yeah.
He's fun.
I
no cameos from Mickey, Donald, and Goofy.
I wonder
I'm half
why.
surprised, but half not.
No.
I mean, Disney had to sign off on Sora at least, but
that's fair.
Yeah, you open that can of worms and it's a whole different ballgame.
I feel so. Here's my opinion on that. I know we're kind of delving way deeper in this. We probably should have.
Yeah.
But like, does Disney Disney has a hand in Sora, but realistically, it's Square Enix's character.
I'm pretty sure Disney co-owns that franchise with Square Enix.
They do.
Yeah.
But if Disney was given the choice of, hey, can we have Mickey Mouse in Smash or Sora in Smash?
Right.
I'm pretty sure you can almost guarantee that it would be the other one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, you might be right.
Yeah,
maybe it was easy to sign off on just because it was more a Square character than a Disney character.
So they're like, oh, who cares about this character?
That's fair.
They don't have Sora walking around Disney Park.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yet.
Yeah, oof.
All in good time.
But yeah, hey, fun. I love Smash.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I feel like
we had a lot of fun with it. There's a few characters I did not get, and I don't really plan to, like the guy from Final Fight and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
not really into it.
Like Terry Beauregard.
Yeah. So I think I got everybody I need.
Do you get Sephiroth?
Oh yeah,
okay,
I got
Sephiroth
him when he
cool.
came out.
Yeah, Sephiroth is cool.
Yep.
You should get Joker too.
I don't know.
I know you don't really care about Persona.
Yeah.
To be fair, I remember getting I don't remember what I was getting at the time, but I remember the same day I was picking up a video game at like a midnight release at GameStop.
Right.
The trailer for the new Smash character came out. It was Joker.
Oh yeah.
At the time, I didn't know who Joker was.
Right.
So when everyone was like, "Oh, they added Joker into Smash," I was like,
"I know what you were thinking."
Batman. I was like, "That's
which
so
one?
weird.
The Dark Knight Joker?"
I was like, "That's so weird.
Jack
Why would
Nicholson?
Yeah,
what are we talking?
Why did they add Heath Ledger? Heath Ledger.
Nice.
Heath Ledger in a Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I could picture it almost. We got Solid Snake. It's not that big of a stretch.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it could have been anything.
Yeah. You got a Gmail?
Not really.
You brought it up. You must have one.
I know, right? I should, but I really don't. I've just been playing Tears of the Kingdom and loving it.
Nice.
It's been so much fun.
It's great. How many hours do you think you put into it at this point?
I would say 30 or 40.
Okay.
I haven't gone like super deep.
Yeah.
Some people like I'll pick it up like if I'm really feeling it.
Nice. Okay.
So
yeah.
I
just broke 100 hours.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Dang.
We don't have to dig deep, but
how far are you?
I'm pretty sure I could end the game anytime I want. Yeah,
okay.
I think all I have is the last encounter ahead of me.
I'm not even close.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it. You're savoring it.
So literally, I did the Zora area, and then I pretty much went down like, to the like mountain and stuff like that, and then I found this island that was just off in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And there was a cool quest on there.
Pirates.
Yep, the pirates.
That was super fun.
Yep.
Do you remember that island from the previous game?
Yes, I do.
Eventide.
That
was cool too.
That was the one that like took away all your stuff, right?
Yep.
You had to like. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. That's what I thought it was.
Pirates are cool too, though.
Yeah, the pirates are cool. And then I delved into the depths. Did you? I'm assuming you did.
I've got the depths finally like 60% mapped.
Dang.
After 100 hours.
Dude,
there's so much going on down there.
Massive.
Yeah, it is.
It's massive. Yeah, but did you go down that? Because it's its own thing in the depths.
On Eventide Island, I'm pretty sure.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Because you get
I don't miss a good chasm in the ground. I always jump into them.
Oh,
so
okay.
always stuff. There's always cool stuff to find
nice.
down there.
You like chasms?
Yeah.
Weird.
Only if they're red and glowing.
We should stop here.
Yes, probably.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's talk about new stuff.
Okay, cool.
What do we got?
So not E3 happened, but man,
I mean, it's pretty much
a lot happened.
I'm sad they didn't have like a Nintendo Direct. I'm surprised they didn't have a Nintendo Direct.
I was thinking back, and I think it's been basically since E3 started that Nintendo every June has had a presentation of some kind, right? Either on stage or later in direct form. Even the years E3 didn't happen or was toned way down, they always had a direct.
Yeah.
It's the first June, I think, in a long time. They haven't said anything.
Yeah.
But they did just release like probably game of the year and their biggest game in many years. So it's okay for them to be quiet right now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So just real fast before we kind of delve deep into it, do you think that Nintendo, because there's a lot of rumors going around that they're making their new console?
Oh yeah, there is.
Okay, you think that's for sure what's happening?
Timeline wise, story checks out, right?
Yeah.
The typical timeline is 6 years,
Yep.
for almost all their consoles. They've even had cycles as short as 5 years.
Yeah, but the Switch is still selling so well.
And there's so many great games coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Like we still haven't gotten anything about Metroid.
Like isn't it weird that that's on the horizon?
Yeah.
Isn't it odd that nobody's complaining about hardware power?
No.
So the chipset in this thing, Tegra X1, I think, right? It's an NVIDIA mobile chip.
Yeah.
When the Switch came out in 2017, that chip was already a couple years old. So we're talking about 8-9-year-old tech powering this thing.
Yeah.
And they just drop a game that is visually breathtaking and you're breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking.
And is like one of a lot of people's favorite games in a long time, if not ever.
Yeah.
So do we need it? Do we need more power?
I know, that's the
need
thing.
is a strong word. We all want it. We all think it'd be great, but is it necessary? I don't know.
I mean, I don't have an OLED, so like you tell me. Like
the OLED's fantastic.
Yeah. I've been really considering getting an OLED specifically for this game. I mean, I have one. Yeah. Right. I don't want to open it. Right? I have one.
Right. You just want to open it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is I just play it on my TV behind you.
I play mostly on the TV too, mostly docked. So it's not often that I pop it off and use the OLED screen. But man, do things look good on that screen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's what, $50 difference between that and the regular model. Yeah. It's a no-brainer if you don't have a Switch. Yeah. But as far as upgrading goes, unless there's like a good trade-in promo or something going on, I don't know that it's necessary.
I would never trade in my Switch to
Why?
GameStop. Are you kidding me?
Why? What's up with your Switch?
Never.
Is it special? Is it a special edition or something like that?
Mine's the Animal Crossing one.
Oh, okay, got it.
So so technically, yes, I do have an Animal Crossing one.
Yeah.
But even if it wasn't, I still would never take it to GameStop.
Okay.
You remember how much of a fanboy of GameStop
I do.
I used to be?
This is weird.
Like,
who are you?
Because like, I'll be honest, I literally just sold a Switch not even that long ago for like $250.
Okay.
Like almost retail.
Wow.
And it just didn't have the box.
Okay.
But like, if I was to take it to GameStop, even if they had some special promo, I'd probably be looking at like $150.
Did I ever tell you about the promo I got when I upgraded to the OLED?
You kind of did, but I don't remember what it was.
I think I got about $270 for my launch day Switch, 2017 model.
Dang.
And the OLED was $350 retail, so I paid about $80 to upgrade.
I hate to break it to you.
It was such a good deal.
But that Switch could have probably been worth double that.
Why?
Because you
can revert the firmware or something like that? Pirate on it or something?
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like the old like launch Switch models, like the 001 models, they specifically were pretty much you can mod them any way you want.
Yeah. Well, so I never would have done that. I didn't look into what they go for.
For sure.
I doubt they go for like $300-$500 though. Yeah,
they're expensive.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
don't tell me.
Like the screen itself, right? Like just the console,
right?
I believe sells for like $300.
Okay.
So. And
I got to upgrade my Joy-Cons because they were all launch equipment.
Dude,
so it was a sweet deal.
It's all good.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy, that's what matters, right?
I love the OLED.
There you
it's
go.
great.
I have my random GameCube controllers on
those
my
things
Switch,
are cool.
So I love it.
I like them.
Love it.
Do you think there's a new console around the corner or what?
Everyone just keeps saying that the Switch is dead, right? Like the Switch is dead.
Nobody has ever said those words.
I know.
What are you talking
Sorry,
about?
I guess everyone's saying, the Switch is going out of its life.
They're ready for what's next.
Yeah, but it's like, but why? Why do we need something? What could be better? The Switch is
just better visuals.
Switch
is pretty much it.
Perfect.
Even like performance and load times, Nintendo always works within its own constraints to make stuff that looks good and runs well.
Yeah.
So
and they always have.
So even with the very limited hardware, everything is fine for Nintendo fans. All their franchises are being done justice with right now.
And they're all beautiful.
Yeah.
Like even on a 720p screen.
Yeah.
Like we don't need 4K. We talked about this about the other like consoles and stuff. Like if your game's crap, it doesn't matter how pretty your console is.
Right. My guess is they're waiting to get the tech to a point where it's a substantial upgrade and they won't have to charge more for it. Because if they go above like the $350, maybe $400 price point, they're going to lose a lot of early adopters.
There's no way.
I'm guessing they're just waiting until the tech meets that sweet spot.
I think if they do make a new console, they'll make it the same price as an OLED.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
And then slowly phase that off the market.
They just have to market it better than they did the Wii U.
Yeah, they do.
That's the
and don't
thing.
call it something like
Switch 2.
Switch new, Switch,
yeah.
Big Switch, I don't know.
Switch click.
Switch it up.
Yeah,
Switch click, that's awful. But I could see it happening.
Hey,
what's up?
I know we love talking about Nintendo.
I know.
But we're going to talk about non-Nintendo
Oddly enough,
stuff.
the rest of the show today is probably not Nintendo.
Yeah,
like
all
nothing.
non-Nintendo.
Yeah.
So you non-Nintendo fans out there, this is for you.
Where's Zach when you need him?
Yeah, I know.
He'd actually probably pay attention to stuff.
That is so true.
I know.
This is like the first episode in a long time.
Yeah.
That we haven't talked about. I mean, we talked about Nintendo a little bit, but
we got it out of our system. We're ready to move on.
But like, there's nothing on the dock that's like perfect, like Nintendo focused.
I know.
Crazy. And Zach's not even here to enjoy it.
Unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah.
There's a few things on here where I'm going to say, dang, I would love to hear what Zach had to say about this.
I know. We'll have to pick his brain.
Yep. Sounds good. Okay, do you want to start by talking about little VR stuff?
Yeah, of course.
So you're a VR guy, kind of, sort of, from time to time.
I'm not a Meta guy, but I have a VR.
So the Meta Quest 3 is coming out later this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometime this fall.
I'm pretty sure it's out.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not yet.
Gotcha.
It's coming, I think, in the next 2 months or so.
Gotcha.
Not sure what the upgrades are from 2 to 3. It can't be night and day because it's still an untethered thing, right?
Yeah.
It's still like a freeform console of its own almost. You don't
slap
really
a
need the
bigger
PC
screen
behind
to your
it.
face.
Bigger or maybe higher resolution.
Probably
I don't know.
Resolution, yeah.
So Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, had a showcase showing off some games that are upcoming for that new VR headset.
Are these exclusively for the Meta? Okay.
No, a lot of these are not. I can't
God.
tell you as we go which ones are and which ones aren't, but yeah, bear that in mind. These are not exclusives.
Yeah.
So they talked about Assassin's Creed Nexus VR, which is a first-person Assassin's Creed experience, as you might have guessed from the title. It's also a kind of maybe a recap of previous stories. It features the characters Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2, Cassandra from Odyssey, and Connor. You like Assassin's Creed 3, right?
Yeah.
Connor from Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah.
So you're playing parts of their stories in VR in first person.
Cool.
It's hard to say if this is going to be like a full-on Assassin's Creed game or if it's kind of just like something they threw together for VR.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the latter because that's typically how VR experiences play out.
That's how Ubisoft works.
And also in typical fashion, the trailer's like a guy putting the headset on in his living room, and you see him making weird gestures, and then you see the characters doing it on screen.
Yeah.
None of it was like real gameplay, so who knows?
I mean, we saw a little bit. Like, it was cool that like what he like threw his axes and stuff and could bring them back. And I don't know. I love VR. You're right, but like every game I play doesn't feel like a game. It just feels like just a thing you can do. Yeah. So like, there's no deep story behind it and stuff like that. Like, so are we going to start getting that more, or is this just more?
We've been asking that question for 20 years now.
Exactly.
I think. Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like it's going to be a full on Tears of the Kingdom. It feels like it's just going to be like, have you ever heard of you know what? Okay. Actually, before I get too deep into that thought.
Okay.
Alex, I would say, would be the first game that I played that I was like, this is a game.
Okay. Yeah, and a lot of people share that sentiment.
Where everything else I've played just feels like it's just like a sandbox, like shooting guns or
an experience, just a quick one-shot
hack
thing.
and slash.
And then there's Beat Saber, of course, which everybody points to as like the showpiece, right?
Yeah, but I mean like that, a rhythm game.
Right.
That's not hard.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Give us a remake of Guitar Hero.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, give us more guitars.
I miss them.
I love
big plastic peripherals, which are now worth a fortune.
It's crazy.
It's really weird.
Remember when GameStop's just littered their entire store with them?
And their dumpsters were full of them too at times.
Yep.
Yeah, I miss those times.
I know. I just
hindsight's 2020. You could have filled your garage with them for free.
Oh my gosh, I've found a lot at Goodwill's. Don't you worry about it. I've made my money off of those.
How'd we get to Guitar Hero?
I don't know.
So funny.
You said talking about Beat Saber.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway,
that's right. Okay.
Assassin's Creed. It looks cool. Am I gonna play it? We'll see.
Okay. How about Stranger Things in VR?
It looked cool. I got to be honest though, it didn't look great
visually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looked a little
understandable.
Little eh.
Did you watch season 4?
No.
Okay. Kind of spoilers. You this isn't a spoiler. You play as the bad guy from season 4 in this VR experience.
That I figured out. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It's great. You should watch it.
Okay.
Side note.
I've watched up to season 2. And then I stopped watching.
3 and 4 are some of the best. So good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still going strong.
I know. I keep
sure.
hearing that.
Yeah.
They just need to stop it though.
Okay.
If they go too much, it's starting to get like anime territory where like too much is too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Simpsons learned that the hard.
Did they?
25 years ago.
They're still on the air.
I know, isn't it crazy?
Same with Family Guy.
They didn't learn is the point, I guess.
And
you're right.
South Park.
Yeah.
But South Park can literally go day to day and just be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they exist outside of all that.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, Rise of the Ghost Lord.
Does
Ghostbusters do anything for you?
No.
Not really?
It looks stupid. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to just rattle through some of these because we probably don't have much to say about them. Silent Slayer, Vault of the Vampire.
Which one was that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
A vampire game.
Cool. Thank you.
Racket Club, which is a tennis game, which that could be fun in VR, but they're probably already out there.
Oh,
tennis experiences.
There's so many.
Yeah. Vampire Masquerade, Justice.
What is with the vampire games?
Weird, right? I don't know. People want to do some first-person blood sucking, I guess.
I guess so.
Arizona Sunshine 2, which is a zombie game.
Yep.
A sequel to a zombie game.
I haven't played.
You get a dog in this one.
Yeah, I haven't played it. They actually made a joke about Gordon Freeman in it, which I thought was funny in the trailer.
That's fun.
Because he like picks up a crowbar. He's like, I can't use this crap or something like that, and then picks up a machete.
BioShock kind of did that in the beginning too. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
That's the first one.
Dude, I love that.
So good. Dungeons of Eternity. It's like a cooperative dungeon crawling beat 'em up game or something.
That one did look cool.
That could be fun.
I read it a little bit, and it says that it's supposed to have like a bunch of like randomly generated dungeons, which I think could be very cool.
Yeah.
I have played a couple Dungeons and Dragon-esque VR games, and they've been really good.
Cool. Okay. Seventh Guest VR. It's so funny to see this name come back up. I remember wanting Seventh Guest for the Sega CD in the mid 90s.
Oh my gosh.
It's like kind of like a horror adventure game where you're exploring a mansion full of ghosts and solving puzzles. Now it's in VR, which could be fun.
Cool.
Do you like solving puzzles? I mean, come on.
That's true. You do like
the puzzles reminded me of like The Room. I don't know if you played The Room. It's like a giant puzzle box that you slowly unpeel layers of and go deeper and deeper.
Yes.
That could be cool. Attack on Titan VR.
That one, I mean, look, I'm a huge anime guy.
Yep.
I haven't watched Attack on Titans personally.
None of it?
None of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it does look pretty cool. Like I'm all about swinging around big cities, like hitting things with swords.
It's Spider-Man with swords and
I'm fine with that. Look, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Like I know there's a ton of those out there, but they're fun. The thing is I'm afraid of heights, and I'll be honest with you. There's been a couple games that give me a little weak in the knees
in VR.
Yeah,
okay, I can
just
see
because like if you're falling and you don't catch yourself, bro, you're falling.
Yeah, we've talked about like Spider-Man in VR and how crazy that could potentially be.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't
Sony's
got
to be working on that, right?
Probably.
Or Insomniac or whatever.
I mean, they made an Iron Man game that was pretty meh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So.
You should watch Attack on Titan though, if nothing else. It's a cool show. I watched like 2 seasons and it was really really entertaining.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Dang.
Weird for me, right?
That is weird.
The other funny thing is like everything Attack on Titan that is not the anime proper, nobody seems to like.
No.
Like live action movies and all this other stuff.
No, God no.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much any anime.
Pretty much.
All live action movies are trash.
Yeah.
Period.
Oh, wait.
They made it.
You want to revise that statement at all? All live action movies are trash.
All live action anime movies
are
trash.
That changes things dramatically. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're bad.
Yeah, fair. Okay. And I got one more, Bulletstorm. You may remember it's a
I remember.
Fast-paced crazy shooter from I don't know, about 10 years ago.
It at the time it was kind of tried to be the Gears of War killer.
Kind of. Yeah.
But
is it the same studio? Is this an id game? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I remember it came around at the same time Gears of War did, and then everyone like I think the game itself even made fun of like the Gears of War tropes and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like the chainsaw gun and stuff like that.
Ridiculous over the top weaponry.
Yep.
That's true. You're right. Good call.
Thanks.
Might be fun in first person. Who knows?
I mean, it was a fun game, like the way it was. So I don't know.
Okay. Before we jump off VR, you want to scroll down the dock a little bit and talk about Apple Vision Pro real quick? Since we're kind of already on the topic.
Yeah, hit me with it.
And it's a little palate cleanser from Game Talk for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
Did you watch anything about the Apple Vision Pro? The reveal for this thing?
I saw the reveal of it.
Yeah.
Like, I know you can wear it and it has cameras on the outside. It'll show you like what's around you.
Yeah,
like,
it's a headset. It looks almost like a pair of ski goggles.
Mm-hmm.
So in typical Apple fashion, it's very slick and slim and streamlined. It doesn't look like one of these big bulky headsets that's hanging off the front and the back of your head.
Yeah.
It also looks pretty goofy though, because imagine just walking around your house with ski goggles on.
I know. Imagine walking out in public with it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So people might. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Please.
So they're calling it XR, mixed reality, because you can do both virtual reality, this like the games we've been talking about, and then also augmented reality, which is adding digital elements to the real world around you.
Yeah.
There's a dial on the side of this thing you turn, and it'll basically open up the lenses so you can see through them.
Okay.
And then when it's closed, you can see full screens in front of you.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're marketing this thing to. It's very strange.
Yeah.
You can control it using your eyes. So I don't know does your VR headset do eye tracking?
I think
it's
a
thing in a lot of modern headsets where whatever your eyes are focused on can be selected or interacted with just by looking at it.
I don't think so, actually.
So you can control it with your eyes, your hands. There's a downward-facing camera at the bottom of the lens that sees what your hands are doing. It's hard to say how definitive that can, or how tactile that will be. I don't know.
It sounds cool on paper.
I know. And then you can also use voice control, which is not that surprising. There's 5 sensors, 12 cameras, and a 4K display for each eye in this thing.
Oh my god.
Did you see the price tag?
Yeah, it's like $3,000.
It's $3,500.
Dude, my whatever this thing is called. I can't remember. Whatever Valve's Index.
That $2,000 thing.
I know, the Index, the $2,000 box that's sitting there with dust all over
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, they because that was $2,000, and that came with obviously the controllers, headset, the cameras.
Yeah,
it came with everything, right?
So could you imagine all of that stuff, the cameras, the controllers, just
all
being replaced with nothing?
Yep.
With just sensors and cameras and stuff like
nutty?
that. It's hard to imagine it working completely as advertised.
Oh yeah, there'll be issues.
It is Apple, and they're all about tech. And maybe they've crossed some of those hurdles, but
here's the thing, right? Is like people don't buy Apple stuff for the gaming side of it, right? Like, is this directed towards gamers, or is this directed towards like their clientele?
Yeah, that's why I said, who is this marketed to?
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea.
Because I'll tell you right now, I don't know a lot of people who will drop YouTubers will drop $3,000 on this.
Oh, for sure. Because they'll make their money back by showing it to people and playing around with it.
Yeah, or like, they'll just get one for free from Apple.
Maybe, yeah.
But like, it sounds like a really cool thing on paper, but I think it might be a total flop.
Who knows? Yeah. And every company's allowed that once or twice here or there, right?
That's fair. Everyone stumbles.
We thought the iPad was weird when they unveiled it first. A giant iPhone, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
And then they invented the tablet, and the rest is history.
Yeah. True.
So we'll see. I'm not going to buy one, needless to say.
No. It seems really cool, but like, this is always like, I'm a pretty big advocate for VR. I think they're very cool, and I think they have a lot of like cool aspects to them. But having a monitor strapped to your face for multiple hours is not good for your eyes.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where the AR comes in too. You can toggle that off.
I mean,
but then why don't you just take them off, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you still have like, it's cool that the goggles can come off, but that doesn't change the fact that you're still going to have 2 screens strapped to your face.
Yeah, it's a weird setup. And I don't know. We don't really know about like software yet. They said it'll support hundreds of thousands of existing Apple apps.
What does that mean?
Anything you can do on your phone, essentially, you can do on this. So it's kind of like a computer,
too. I can go
on
Bumble on my VR headset and swipe with my face?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Doesn't that sound great?
Sounds so cool.
Instead of your phone and your thumb.
Oh, man.
We're going to be podcasting in, what is this thing called? In Apple Vision Pro here before you know it.
Please.
No phones required.
Oh, my God.
You need me to Google something really quick?
Here, let me look at it with my eyes.
Zach can put his laptop away finally.
Oh, my God. Zach would be one of the people to buy one of these.
You think so?
100%.
Interesting.
Not with that price tag, but I feel like if it was actually like reasonably affordable, he would.
This is Gen 1. If it sticks around, prices will drop and tech will improve. So
I mean, I say it like, wow, this thing's so expensive, but realistically, we spend thousands of dollars on our phones like when we need a new
true.
one. So it's
and it's the Apple tax too on top of everything else. So
if it got that little crunch out of the Apple, it's an Apple device.
Nice, good job.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's all we have to say about that.
Cool.
I don't know.
You guys want
back to games?
You want to strap more cameras to your face? Let's do it.
I'm good. I've yet to do it, except for the Labo kit.
Yeah, they're cool, but I don't know. Like I said, I feel like VR is very cool device. There's a lot of cool things to do on it, but it doesn't have a Tears of the Kingdom type game on it.
Right.
This massive game that'll take hours and hours of your time because you can't have it on for that long.
It doesn't lend itself to that.
Your stomach, you will feel it.
Yeah.
I've played plenty of games where it's like my stomach says you need to take this off right now, and I'll be like sweating because like
sounds miserable.
I'm in pain. So
and I paid $3,500 for this privilege.
Exactly. It's like, oh man, strap this thing to my face.
That's weird.
So it is very cool, but in moderation.
Yep. Okay.
So.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
So the thing that we're moving back to games.
Yeah, games.
The thing that essentially replaced E3 this year is Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest. Has he done this before, or is this the first time?
No. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So he's got the end of the year stuff on lock already with his video game awards show.
Yeah.
And now he's doing this Summer Game Fest thing. He's kind of like breaking all the news all the time.
Yeah.
Because people do announcement trailers and show off things for the first time at the Game Awards.
I feel like
now he's doing it with this.
I feel like the Game Awards has turned into like just one big trailer fest.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Sort of
like,
what
it's fine, but
yeah. So now we're getting the same treatment in the summer. So basically a bunch of different companies put together digital showcases to show off during this event. It wasn't an actual gathering anywhere. It's not like people got together to show off their games. They basically just compiled a whole lot of announcements and news from a lot of different companies. So we'll go through them company by company. Let's start with Xbox Game Showcase.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of the big one that kicked it off.
Yeah.
Did you watch some of these trailers?
I watched them all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What do you think of Fable?
I love Fable.
Fable's been MIA for a long time.
Is this going to be made by Peter Molyneux?
I don't think he's involved. No.
Sucks.
And if he is, they'd made no mention of that during the.
I loved Fable 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, they're fun.
The original
Super
games
fun.
were so much fun, and if this can spark any kind of like that little like joy,
yeah,
I think it'll be good.
Well, one thing we do know about it, based on the trailer, is it's goofy.
Good,
and
that's Fable.
That's kind of the spirit of Fable.
Yeah, Fable's a goofy game.
It's silly, like. People you pass by on the streets will shout random funny things at you, and the interactions you have are just silly. I like Fable 2. I don't mean Fable Part 2. I mean Fable as well.
Yeah.
It's a fun series. It's been a long time. It's hard to say what this is going to be. One theme you'll notice as we talk about the games during the Xbox showcase is it was a lot of CG trailers.
Yeah.
So we didn't see any gameplay here. We don't really know what that consists of. We kind of got an idea of the tone and the feel, the vibe the game's going for. And it looks true to the spirit of Fable, if nothing else.
They had it mostly narrated by a comedian. So
yeah. Do you know who that was? He did a good job, but
no, I think he's a UK centric.
Okay.
Which I mean makes sense because all the Fable games have all been like very Britishly like heavily influenced. So but I'm pretty sure that's where the company is that made Fable.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Don't quote me on that.
Keep your eye on that one. No release date on that.
Yep.
So we'll see.
I mean, I definitely would love to play it.
Moving on, South of Midnight. Did you watch this trailer? It was really interesting. It was kind of a Louisiana blues thing going on.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. I love it's like a stop motion.
A giant weird guy in a swamp playing a guitar.
Yeah, his name's Bones.
Yeah. Okay. It kind of had like a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse type vibe.
It did feel like that. It was stop motion.
It's CG but stop motion. Yeah.
So it was
cool look to it.
If I'm pretty sure it was made on 2s. So basically what that means is that it's animated every 2 frames.
Oh, okay.
So like Into the Spider-Verse, like Miles Morales specifically was animated on 2s.
Okay, got it.
Until he became more of Spider-Man, and then he was animated on 1s.
It's such a cool look.
I know.
I love that
it's
animation
really cool.
style.
And I really love the art style. It reminded me of what game was it? It was I remember yesterday I thought about it like instantly, and then I was like, I'm gonna bring this up on the show, and now I can't even remember.
A game, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it was Spider-Man that I was like thinking.
Maybe.
of.
Have you seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish?
No, but
the new Puss in Boots. It's fantastic.
It looks
for
really
one,
good.
But anytime there's like an intense action sequence,
Yeah.
it turns into that style of animation.
Yeah, with
and
like-
it's brilliant.
like the comic dots and stuff like that.
So smooth. Yeah. It's a blast. I just watched it last night with my daughter.
Also, just like the music in general in that trailer is really cool too.
Okay.
The blues.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Super good.
Cool vibe.
Yep.
New Star Wars game from Ubisoft, Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
So I love Star Wars, but I don't like bounty hunter stuff. I just don't care.
Yeah, is she a bounty hunter? I guess they didn't overtly say that. She's kind of just an outcast.
I think that's I think she's very much kind of like a Han Solo type.
Okay.
Like a
rogue
scavenger type, things like that.
Okay.
She's being hunted by bounty hunters. Do I think she's like a Jedi or something? No. There wasn't even. I don't even think there was like a lightsaber even.
Yeah.
Like shown
anymore.
In the
it's kind of nice to see Star Wars stuff that has none of that in it.
But that's what I want.
Like Andor was cool because it was all just like a different side of the universe that we had never seen before. It was politics and it was drama.
If I'm
Jedis.
Like, but that's the thing, right? Star Wars is about this big open space world.
Yeah.
We've all seen bounty hunters and like outcasts and shooty gun a million times. Give me more lightsabers.
Okay.
I know we just got Fallen Order.
Yep.
But like,
which is all Jedi all the time.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Like that's like my favorite bit of Star Wars. I don't like the bounty hunter stuff. I just don't care.
Mandalorian kind of walks the line. Yeah. It's both.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Hey, thanks. Funny I should mention that.
I've never actually watched Mandalorian.
Oh, it's cool. Okay. It starts like, it almost starts like a Western. It's like the other side of the Star Wars universe, the rogues, the outlaws, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it turns into, as time goes on, more of a central, ties into the main plot of Star Wars and Jedi and Sith and stuff. I don't know about Sith. Stuff like that. Yeah, the bigger conflicts in the Star Wars universe. It's worth watching. 33 Immortals. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
That is, it's an indie game with 33 player co-op.
Oh, okay, got it. Interesting concept.
So it's
Why
like
33?
a dungeon crawling like action top down game.
Got it.
Looks fun. You can play with a lot of your friends if you have 33.
Yeah, that's a tall order, man.
Man, just think of the server, like just the load on servers.
Yeah.
Then again,
at Fortnite. I look at any
this game does not look like Fortnite.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a top down. It's a pixel game.
Got it.
Like it's a roguelite.
It should be fine.
It might be a roguelite. I don't know from what the trailer showed me. But.
Okay. Payday 3. Did you play any Payday games in the past?
I loved Payday 2. I never like
Tell me more.
It was one of those games that I really wanted to love because it was a lot of fun, but you just got so bored of it after a while.
Okay. And same thing over and over again?
Yeah, and I just feel like this one isn't going to be much different.
Okay.
So.
Yep, fair. You're probably right.
Like, me, I'm a huge single player game guy, and Payday is not a single player game.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah. It's built for the ground up.
It's built for co-op. Yeah. Yep. So,
Okay. We're going to be talking a bit about Atlas throughout this list. First thing on here is Persona 3 Reload.
Yes.
It's a remake of Persona 3.
Yep.
And it's kind of in the style of the more modern Persona games. So think graphically like Persona 5, maybe Persona 4.
Yep.
Because Persona 3 is already, 15 years old at this point.
Yeah.
So
old
it's
PlayStation 2
probably
game.
due for an update.
Yep.
You haven't played 3, I take it?
No, actually, it was funny because I have it on Steam, right? Because it's on Steam. But now I'm just gonna wait.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah,
I'm just gonna play this because I want to play 3 really bad.
Yep.
And this is a full from ground remake, and from the trailer, it looks like Persona 5.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure the original definitely didn't have that same kind of feeling, but this one, like I said, I haven't played 3, so I don't know. I'm talking out of my butt here.
Don't do that.
But this remake looks like Persona 5, and I love Persona 5.
Yeah.
So definitely gonna play
it's the game that made a lot of people fall in love with this franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Too. Because 1 and 2 people, I know a few people that like them,
talk about it.
But they don't come
people
up much.
Do not talk about it.
It kind of started with 3.
Yeah, like there's another game that Atlas made in this trailer or in this list.
Yep.
And literally it says from the creators of Persona 3, 4, and 5.
Oh yeah, okay.
But
got it.
Persona was also made. Atlas made Persona 1 and 2 as well. So why would you just leave those ones out?
Beats me.
Why would you just
maybe
say
it's different directors or something that were involved in those early games?
It's the same company.
I know.
So why wouldn't you say the company that brought you the Persona?
Creators are the people, not the company.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you want to get technical.
I'm pretty sure the same. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
I'm not going to say anything.
I don't know enough about it to
anyway,
say. That'll be good.
I'm
to
excited.
Look forward to.
I want to play it.
Okay, cool. You wanted to talk a little bit about Avowed. This is the Obsidian game.
Oh yeah.
That is
this is like their Skyrim.
Basically, yeah. It looks a lot like Skyrim, doesn't it?
Which is fine, honestly. So here's the thing: is I never played Outer Worlds.
Okay.
I really should. I know that it's good. And I love Fallout, and I love Skyrim, and I love Elder Scrolls just in general.
Yeah.
And Obsidian made arguably one of the best Fallout games of all time.
Yeah, it's not a shot in the dark that they kind of mimic Bethesda's style, because they have straight up made a Bethesda game before. They made
which
Fallout
is fine.
New Vegas.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing.
It has some of the best
every way.
story, some of the best factions, and
Characters.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm really excited. We didn't get a ton of like gameplay. We did see like some melee combat, a lot of magic.
Yep.
Which I'm here for.
First person fantasy open world RPG.
Love it.
Yeah.
Look, if Bethesda isn't going to make good games anymore, at least we can rely on Obsidian.
Well, we have some Bethesda to talk about here in a minute too. I guess we already got your take on it.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. This one is actually super cool to me.
Yeah.
You've played Sea of Thieves.
I love Sea of Thieves.
They're adding story content to Sea of Thieves in the form of Monkey Island.
They have before,
which is super cool. Okay, what have they put in it before?
Pirates
That's like
of the
story?
Caribbean.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Entire Pirates of the Caribbean portion of the game, which was a lot of fun.
Okay.
There was a lot of dead man telling no tales.
I love it. That sounds great.
They said it like a billion times throughout the entire campaign. It was a lot.
I'm surprised they were
fun.
able to negotiate that agreement.
I know,
deal.
with Disney.
Yeah,
right?
seriously.
But I mean, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like realistically. So
this, I think, is a really good fit because that game, Sea of Thieves, has kind of an exaggerated cartoon art style.
Yeah.
That fits perfectly with what Monkey Island has always been, and a goofy sense of humor. But it also has like a deep, interesting, engrossing adventure narrative too at the same time. So it kind of checks both boxes. It's funny and serious at the same time.
I never played Monkey Island.
They actually have characters straight up from the Monkey Island series, like Stan the ship salesman and Guybrush Threepwood, of course, appear in this game.
Man, I could not say either of those names if you didn't just say them.
Okay, good. I'm glad I got you covered.
Yeah.
And it takes place on not on Monkey Island, on Melee Island, which is where most of the first game takes place.
Gotcha.
So,
Where's Monkey Island?
Should be fun. Well, the game is called, or this expansion is called Sea of Thieves: The Secret of Monkey Island. If you want to know the secret, you're gonna have to play it. Yep.
Okay.
You do end up on Monkey Island at one point. Most of the games.
Do I have to play the original Monkey Island to play this?
Probably not, but you probably would really more dramatically appreciate the sense of humor and the locales in this game if you had.
Yeah.
There was a Monkey Island game you may recall that came out last year. I feel so bad I can't remember the exact title of it, but it was a new game in the franchise made by the original creator. A lot of the original voice talent and stuff got involved again. Loved it. It was such a treat to go back to that universe. The puzzles were great. The writing was great. The characters were great. So that might be a good thing to play going into this because you do visit a lot of the locales from the original game in that too.
It's a point-and-click adventure, right?
Yep, exactly.
I've never really been interested in point-and-clicks.
This one could change your mind. I don't know.
I'll give it a shot.
Because of the characters and the sense of humor.
I will give it a shot.
It's on sale on Switch right now for like $17. So.
Ooh, okay. Well,
yeah, it's super fun.
Do you have a $25
Hey, look at that.
Hey.
It was fate. It was meant to be.
Exactly.
Where's Zach when you need him? Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
Oh my gosh.
He's the only guy I know that actually plays the flight sim game.
I honestly, I want to buy it, but the last Flight Simulator came out is still a $60 game because you can play it in VR.
Yeah.
So I'd love to like fly a plane in VR, but you know.
That'd be fun. Dude, we're like
it's Flight Simulator.
We're like a third of the way through this list, and this is just Microsoft. I'll pick it up a little bit. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2.
Yep, never played.
Didn't play the first one.
Nope.
People love it.
Yep.
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. It's a Yakuza game.
Yeah, I was literally about to say we didn't get nothing from it besides that he's naked on a beach in the USA.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what we got.
That sounds exciting.
Thanks.
Fallout 76 has a new expansion coming.
Do people still play out Fallout?
They're still 76? Supporting it. They're still making content.
Nuts to me. Like, should I go back? Am I missing out on something?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't if I were you.
Really?
Yeah, there's so many other games to play.
Because, like, I haven't heard anything bad about it recently, but I also haven't heard anything good.
Right. So it's just existing and it's okay.
It's
maybe.
just existing. It's just here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're really hurting for some Fallout, because it's going to be a long time. We'll get into this.
I'll just play Outer Worlds.
Yeah, there you go. I hear that's really short, though.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a long time before we get another proper Fallout. So
sad.
If you need a Fallout experience in the meantime, this maybe is the one, I guess.
Oh, man.
And maybe they'll support it all the way up to 70, or all the way up to Fallout 5. And we'll have years of content ahead of us. I don't know.
Who knows?
Go
ahead. Try to read this. Go for
Thanks, man. Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess.
That was pretty good.
Thanks, man.
I would say that's pretty
I took
accurate.
Japanese in high school. So.
My man.
If this was written in hiragana, it might have posed a challenge, but no problem. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Forza Motorsport. people love their Forza. New Forza game coming. Shouldn't surprise anybody.
There's a movie coming out, so this makes sense.
Okay. Didn't know that.
You didn't know there's a movie?
A movie about a racing
There's
game?
a movie
Is it the Fast and the Furious?
Or you know what? It's not.
Again?
Sorry, it's not about Forza. My bad. It's about Gran Turismo.
Gran Torino's a different movie.
I know. I keep saying that.
That's so funny. Okay, got it. New expansion for Elder Scrolls Online,
Cool.
Necrom.
Yep.
Overwatch 2 Invasion. Talk about this for a second.
Okay, I'm going to give you my quick just overview of this.
Yeah.
This makes me so mad.
Everything they do makes you more and more mad.
It does, because they literally just got done saying how they're going to cancel PvE, and then they come out with this, which is a quote-unquote single-player experience, but they got rid of all the stuff that was going to make the PvE fun, and you know what's worse? They lock this behind a paywall.
Of course they do.
You have to buy the Battle Pass to play it.
Brilliant.
$15.
You get other stuff too, though, right?
Who cares?
Stuff you don't want.
Who cares?
It's pretty dumb.
What are you doing, Blizzard?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? I don't understand. You guys are shooting yourself in the foot. It doesn't make sense to me. You have already made your entire, like, literally go to any of their Facebook posts from when they announced the PvE was taken down, and I promise you, the top comment of every single post is something about PvE or like a skill tree or like single player story mode, even if it has nothing to do with it at all.
Do you think this is like a quick, lazy, last-ditch effort to salvage their persona after canceling that PvE
what
mode?
What persona? They haven't had one in forever.
Yeah.
They're just, I used to love Blizzard. I love Blizzard games. I loved World of Warcraft. I loved Overwatch. I loved so many of their stuff.
Yep.
And they have just absolutely gone downhill.
It's pretty,
since
pretty
what?
bad.
I think 2020, when all the allegation stuff started happening, and it just absolutely dumpstered from there.
Yeah.
When what's his name, the lead guy of Overwatch left, done.
Yeah.
Toast. The whole thing. Like, I just,
you have thoughts, you have feelings.
I could go on forever.
I can tell.
But the fact, like, the main thing that makes me mad is that they said they weren't going to do PvE. They immediately come out with something that's PvE, and then they lock it behind a paywall. Like, come on, guys. I get it. Your game is free. But seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man.
Blizzard.
Seems like a bad idea.
If you're listening to this, which I know you are. You
of
listen
course they
every
are.
week.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Fix your problem.
Stop.
Get it together, guys.
Go back to the old Blizzard. I hate being that guy who's like, go back to this the way it was.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say,
well, if you were a Diablo fan, you'd have something to play right now. And from what I hear, everybody's liking
Diablo's
it.
4.
Yeah.
Or Diablo
is 4.
Diablo is 4.
4D almost.
I know it's good. I was never a huge dungeon crawler like fan, but I know it's good, and I'm not going to say every single Blizzard game is terrible, but
maybe the problem is if you're the type of player who gets fixated on one of their franchises, you have to wait like 5, 6, 7 years between releases, but also if one comes out and you don't like it, you're mad for years. Whereas if you're a general Blizzard fan, you like all their content, then maybe you can overlook Overwatch sucking for a few years and play their other stuff instead.
I wish I could go back and play Overwatch 1. But
no, can't do it. It doesn't exist anymore. What's Overwatch 1?
Who knows?
You're making stuff up, man.
I know. There was never an Overwatch 1. It's always been Overwatch 2.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Ugh.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Persona 5 Tactica.
Yeah.
You're not into tactics games, I take it.
No.
Like, is this like Final Fantasy Tactics meets Persona?
No, this is like Rabbids.
Oh.
It's like
XCOM kind of.
Yeah, it's exactly like XCOM.
Got it.
It's one of those games.
I like those games.
Yep.
I don't want to play too many of them, but I like them.
It's a chibi Persona game.
Got it.
So it's basically all the characters, they're chibi versions, and it's a tactical, strategy.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll talk about Starfield in a second. They mentioned it during the direct, but Starfield had its own massive direct after, so we'll save that for the end of this Microsoft thing. I'm just getting picky here because there's a lot more here. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
Yep.
It's a big expansion for Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
This is where Canoe showed up.
I should finish.
Talked about the game.
Canoe? Did you say
That's
Canoe?
what I call him sometimes, yeah.
I should finish the game, but I haven't.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Didn't really do much for you.
I loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I just put it down and never picked it back up.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. How about City Skylines 2?
Nope.
It's cool that somebody's doing what SimCity stopped doing.
Yeah.
Those games are fun if you're in the mood for it.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I hear Skylines is great. I've never played any of them. You wanted to talk about Metaphor Refantiazo.
Yes.
Refantiazo.
I did.
This is Atlas.
So this is the creators of Persona. Obviously, this is a new IP. Watching the trailer, you totally get the vibe of Persona. You just do. And from the gameplay they showed a little bit, not a ton.
Okay.
But it felt and looked like a Xenoblade game.
Interesting.
Where it wasn't like, Persona games have always been like a turn-based game, like turn-based strategy.
Yep.
This is not.
Okay.
I know they made Persona like Strikers and stuff like that, which is essentially like Dynasty Warriors meets Persona.
Yep.
But this isn't that.
Okay.
This has the vibe of Xenoblade, where you have a battle going on and you can run around and like do your attacks and stuff. That's why I really like Star Ocean, by the way. I love Star Ocean because that's the kind of combat.
Okay.
I love that kind of combat of the battle's happening and you're in that moment doing your abilities and stuff, not like turn-based. Like turn-based is cool and it's fun, but this is like the combat that is my bread and butter, and I love it so much. And this game looks awesome. I love Xenoblade. I love Persona. And just the two mixing together, like, give me the anime, give me the fighting style of Xenoblade, give me a good story, and guys, you got my money.
Okay.
You pump out a deluxe or a special edition, you got my money twice, because I'm going to buy
at least one copy here.
Oh man, I'm telling you right now, I'm so excited for that game.
Okay.
It looks great. It feels great. And God, I hope it's great. Honestly, Atlas doesn't stumble very often.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that.
So, they're pretty good at pumping out good games.
Yeah, and they've got Shin Megami Tensei. They've got the Persona series, obviously. They've got Etrian Odyssey.
Cubivore.
Sure. Going in the way back. I'm just saying they have a lot of different franchises. It's cool to see them make something new.
Yeah.
Entirely new.
Which
that we
I'm
haven't
fine
seen
with.
Before.
Like, I'm acting like I've been a Persona fan my entire life. I just started becoming a Persona fan like the end of last year, beginning of this year.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not.
You do act like you've been a Persona fan.
I know.
I
You're
selling it.
I make it sound like I've played every single game to 100% completion. I have not. I've played 5. I fell in love with it hard, but it's good, and it deserves all the praise it got. So. I love story games, as you guys know, and they are great at making story games. Look at all the Persona games. Look at the Shin Megami Tensei series. Yeah, they're all great story. They're not gonna fall flat on their face randomly for this one game.
No, probably not.
No.
Yep. I'm glad you're excited about that. I'm faith that they're gonna make something cool.
I hope that this game comes to Switch, though.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to play it on Switch.
The art cell would be easy to scale to Switch's hardware. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, but was this one on the Xbox, or was this one on the summer?
This was part of the Xbox Game Showcase. Well, I mean, all of these were under the umbrella of the Summer Game Showcase, but this was Xbox specific.
So I'm pretty sure, if I remember, at the end it said Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, and Steam. So probably won't come to Switch for at least a while. So these are like the Xbox exclusives.
Yep, and it's coming out sometime next year, so it's a little ways off still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Did you watch the trailer for Clockwork Revolution?
I did, yeah.
It's Bioshock Infinite.
It's Bioshock 100%. Infinite, 100%, and I'm here for it.
They weren't even trying to be sneaky.
I'm here for it. It looked great.
Yeah. Except it's like, it doesn't look like it's in the sky, does it? I can't really tell. I don't know if this is a floating city, because it all takes place kind of just within the confines of the city.
Yeah.
And there's like a evil dictator lady running the show, and she's like, if you question anything about how I run this place,
Andrew Ryan,
you're going down.
Andrew Ryan.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Honestly,
cool.
I didn't love Infinite.
Really?
It was fine, but I didn't love it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a little too weird and preachy, and the whole multiverse thing got out of hand, so it didn't really follow the story all that well, but I did like the setting. It was very visually stunning to look at, so... but I don't remember story-wise how that all played out. But this is very much in the same vein. It's like a city that looks immaculate and beautiful, and then there's something going on under the surface that slowly eats away at it and destroys it.
I love the cyberpunk. I don't mean to pull you back because you skipped it. But
sorry.
I'm excited for Towerborn.
Oh, are you?
I am.
Okay.
It looks very cool.
Okay.
Did you watch the trailer for it?
Mm-mm.
It is.
I missed this one.
It feels very like Castle Crashers. Not as goofy.
Yeah.
But it looks.
Is it a beat 'em up?
Yeah, it's a side-scrolling brawler.
Okay.
Like Capcom Dungeons and Dragon games from the 90s.
Got it.
That's literally like what it says.
Got it.
So it's a fantasy-themed co-op adventure game.
Okay.
I love those games.
Yeah, they're fun.
I love playing those games with my friends.
Yeah.
So
Did you play the new Turtles game that came out?
No, I should.
A few months back. I hear it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge Turtles guy. I didn't grow up watching Turtles.
Okay.
I grew up watching Pokemon.
Yeah.
So
Turtles, I guess, would have been like 8 to 10 years prior to that, right?
It would have been, because it was like
early
80s,
90s, late 80s.
Yeah.
Something
so
like that. Yeah.
I was born.
That's when it hit its stride.
I was born around that time, but
Yeah.
I don't remember anything around
That's
that time.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah. My parents let me watch VeggieTales. Isn't that right, Dad?
Fun times.
Yeah, you give me a thumbs up.
Honestly, you're not missing much with Turtles. It's fine, but it's very one-dimensional.
I know. There's a lot of those like franchises I didn't really like kind of enjoy. Turtles, Motu,
I don't know what that is.
Masters of the Universe.
Got it.
Things like that. Just,
Yep.
It was SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob, yes.
Love it. Brilliant.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Look at him pulling up the mic. Yeah.
When the
I grew up-
situation calls for
I know.
it.
I grew up on SpongeBob.
My
SpongeBob
kids are
and
really
Pokemon.
into SpongeBob right now. It's kind of funny.
God.
Just
show 'em-
randomly,
Show
it
them
comes
old
up.
episodes, please. Don't
I
show
do.
them the new garbage.
I do, for sure.
Awful.
I have
Awful.
fond memories of seeing the first SpongeBob movie in theaters.
I do too.
With my good buddy Lyndon, and it
Yeah.
was great.
Oh, I
Loved
miss
it.
that guy.
Yeah. We'll get him back in here sometime.
He's okay at
Yeah.
best.
Oh, how dare you.
I'm joking.
I won't
But
tell him
anyway,
you said that.
Towerborn, I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not
Okay,
gonna lie.
cool. I like it. Should we talk about the Starfield thing a little
You don't
bit?
want to talk about the Xbox Series S Black 1 terabyte edition?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
You just did.
It's a 1 terabyte Xbox Series S.
And this is S. This is the one that doesn't take discs.
This is
right?
digital,
and
yeah.
it's less processing power. It's like less powerful,
Don't know.
think.
Don't know. Don't
the
care.
Xbox is skewed weird in a couple different SKUs like that. There's one that doesn't take discs and it just doesn't have the same processing power. So you don't get all the 4K visuals and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah.
But it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So if you just want to play the games, you don't care all that much about the fidelity, get
You
the
know
cheaper
me,
version.
I love physical
There's
discs.
some games coming up that I may have to buy one for. And I wonder if I'd go this route.
Yeah.
I mean, like, eventually Elder Scrolls 6.
Almost all these games have said that they were going to be on Steam. So like, you know,
Sure.
I
They're all
got my buddy right here.
they're all Windows games, right? So
Yeah,
everything's day and date PC and Xbox usually.
Which is fine.
Yep. Okay, that works.
Because, I mean, I'm going to wait a long time for the new God of War and Spider-Man to come out. So
No doubt.
at
And then
least
when
I'll
they
have something
do,
to
they're
play.
not going to run well, and you have to wait even longer until they get them working.
God of War ran fantastically,
Oh.
by the way.
Got it. Okay.
I
heard
didn't
those PlayStation ports were not hot on PC.
Nope, I didn't experience
Horizon?
Perfect.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
No
Shows what
issues.
I know.
Granted, I didn't play Forgotten West. I played
Forbidden West.
Or Forbidden West. I played, original
Got
Horizon. But
'Kay.
either one, no issue.
Okay,
at
cool.
all.
That's
Yep.
good. That's good. They're figuring it out.
I think it's more. I think the ports are bad when
Mhm.
they port it immediately.
Oh,
But
sure.
you got to remember that God of War was out for like 2 years prior before it even came to PC.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
If it's day and date, then
Yep.
you run into problems.
like The
probably.
Last of Us just came out on
Mhm.
on Steam,
Yep.
which that game has been out for what 4 years now.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Your boy Todd.
we
Your
went to
boy
high school
Todd.
together.
Yeah, so
Yep.
he blew the lid off of Starfield. For
Yeah.
anyone who doesn't know, Starfield is the new giant Bethesda RPG.
Yeah,
in
it's
the-
called No
in-
Man's Sky. If you really,
It's
if
not
you really look
well.
at
Okay,
it.
there's elements, but it's Sky or it's
It's-
Elder Scrolls. It's Fallout,
It's
but in
No
space.
Man's Sky with elements of Skyrim.
Kind of right. There are over 1,000 planets. What in the world?
Oh my god!
That just reminds me of when we're talking about
Does it remind you of
open
No
world
Man's Sky?
games. No, open world games back in the day. Like
Yeah.
our map is this big.
Yeah.
Our map is this big.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
this many square kilometers.
Yeah.
And at a point, it just becomes like massive empty spaces with
Yeah,
nothing to do in
I
them.
know.
So I do have that worry. They showed a lot of content in this presentation, and there was very intentionally crafted worlds and cities and quests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the
There's
vast
a-
majority of
there's
these
1,000
planets
yeah.
are going to be wastelands.
Yeah, I know they've worked on it for a really long time, but you cannot tell me that there's going to be something on every single one of these planets.
They straight up said some are just there for like resource gatherings and random
Well,
animal
it's like
or alien encounters.
It's like No
and
Man's
stuff.
Sky.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm getting a vibe here that you weren't too hot on this
I
presentation.
am I wrong? Am
No.
I wrong?
You're
It
not.
looks like No Man's Sky. Everything about it.
No.
Yes.
When you start digging into the cities, the quests, the characters, the
yes.
interactions,
When you're
it goes way beyond that. You fixated on one very small element to this game.
You're right.
Which is exploration and
when you are there.
Yeah.
When you are there in those big cities.
That's
going to
be most of the game.
I hope so.
It will.
Because
it will.
like,
And as a player, you're probably going to have the freedom to only touch that stuff and never even visit 90% of these planets.
But like, here's the thing,
because you know
right?
they're going to be boring.
Yeah, but they're not going to have 1,000 planets on one big map, right? Like, you're going to have to go find it out and figure it out.
Yeah.
So like, I'm going to go back to Tears of the Kingdom on this, It's like, you see somewhere on a map you want to go, you go there because it's within your reach. But this seems like it's too cosmically big.
And why?
Yeah.
I just always ask the question why. Why is bigger better?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't need to be.
Right.
If you make the game on a single planet,
not a single. This is about space exploration. So a single planet doesn't work.
Well, I know that. I know, but that's what I'm saying is like sometimes you're right, too much, like too big is too much.
Right.
Right? Because like if I'm talking with one of my buddies or something and they're like, "Hey, did you see so and so in Starfield?" I'll be like, "No, where is it?" "Oh, I don't know. It's somewhere in the universe."
Yeah, let me get you the star coordinates.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's really helpful. Can I get the exact coordinates to where this is? Because that's the only way you're going to find it.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be those cool experiences off the beaten path.
I don't.
They're going to line all of the main story content and the stuff they want you to see along a certain route through the galaxy, and the other stuff's only there if you want to mess with it.
Which
is
sucks.
my prediction.
Which sucks.
I guess, yeah.
Like I'm all about open world games, but you're right. Too big is too much.
Yeah.
And it was the same problem with No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky was a lot of fun.
Yeah. You got to get over this No Man's Sky connection.
But I'm not wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm not.
It's there, but it's not the focus of the game.
It feels that way.
So they showed a bunch of cool cities.
Uh-huh.
You saw New Atlantis, right?
Yep.
It's like the biggest city they've ever built. It's absolutely massive, full of NPCs and quests. They showed a planet and a city that looked like it was straight out of a Western.
Yeah.
A lot of really diverse environments here, which is cool. They showed one that's all neon. It looks like Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of different planets and locales will have very different vibes to them. So that's kind of cool.
Here's the thing.
What?
Is if they have if they have a big say they have a big quote unquote hub world,
I think that's New Atlantis essentially. Okay. Yeah.
And like that's where I'll say like I hope this is kind of where it's going, is if that is the case where they have this one open big world where you get all your quests and stuff. Like this is where the main story's taking place, obviously.
Yep. Like
there's a story there, you can get different side quests, you can go to different planets, and then you go to a different planet and then you find a smaller like town and then they have quests. That's fine. Like I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is just like, here, have a quest, go up into space and figure it out.
Yeah.
Knowing
Bethesda, well, I was going to say knowing Bethesda, it will be a little bit more directed than that, but you can start Skyrim and just run in any direction. And you can stumble upon the main quest line 20 hours in.
Which is fine
it could be an experience
a map
like
that you can, easily digest.
Yeah.
But, when you have something like this, like No Man's Sky, I have high hopes for the game. You
do. You could have fooled me.
I love Bethesda.
Okay.
I love Bethesda. I love Fallout.
I like pretty much everything they make too.
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything's been perfect, which is fine, but I'm worried.
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, I hate this game. I'm worried that they're doing too much and it's going to be lost.
Maybe
in space.
Maybe it's going to turn into Lost in Space.
It is. Like
coming to Netflix soon.
My boy Todd, I've been on the phone with him multiple times.
You're like, I'm worried, Todd.
Toddy
Give
B.
me something.
My boy Todd.
Yeah.
I just, but in all seriousness, like I am excited.
Let's talk about a little more that they showed during this thing, just for the sake of informing
I'm
people.
I'm
I know where you're at on it. Character creation.
Yep.
They showed a very robust character creation utility. You start with templates, and then you can change every aspect of their face.
Cool.
In many, many, many ways.
Can you see
people
it,
are going
though?
to make some real goofy looking characters.
Can you see it though?
What do you mean?
I mean, can you see your face?
Oh, yeah, you can play in third person and first person.
Okay.
Yeah, there's options. There's probably mirrors in the game. I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
Hopefully.
It's kind of like Fallout 4, right? Like you had this really big character creation and like you could barely see your face half the time because normally, when you first start the game, you see it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you get to the point where you're wearing helmets and stuff, who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, and then they segged into like
give me a cowboy
the
hat.
early perks and stuff that you pick in the game.
Yeah.
And I always hated that, where you have to like define what your character is before you even play any of the game.
Really?
It's okay, but like, what if you get something wrong and you don't want to
That's
go down a path that you thought you did?
You don't get anything wrong.
You pick these early perks. I don't know if they're called perks, but there's different things that you pick early in the game that are kind of just attributes of your character.
Yeah,
They follow you throughout the
Fallout.
course of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some examples are alien mind control, jetpacks, persuasion, which is a long time Bethesda thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope they have like Goofy stuff in it. I want Goofy.
Oh, they do.
Good.
They do.
Good.
They have a one thing you can choose where you have these sweet parents that live somewhere in the galaxy, and you can go home to your old childhood house and just hang out with your parents.
Okay,
but they'll also like bug you from time to time, so it's like a pro and con thing.
I didn't watch the 45-minute I should, because I had no idea
Isn't
about
that funny?
at all.
Yeah. And they're like, they're just these sweet old people that want to see their kid, and they want you to come and spend time with them.
Yeah, Bethesda, just give me the Goofy stuff. I love it. I love the Goofy stuff.
It sounds like it'll be there based on
like I said,
like
I'm going to play it. I shouldn't hate on it as much as I clearly did 2 minutes ago.
You did,
but
big time.
I know. I like it.
And I would encourage you to go back and watch that whole presentation.
I will.
There's some things in there that
I'm just worried, man.
Yeah, fair.
I just want it to be good.
Did you see the ship customization stuff?
No.
So it's really funny seeing this in light of having just spent a bunch of time with Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because customizing and building things is a huge part of that game.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, but it's something you can spend a lot of time doing if you choose to. People have made some crazy creations in that game. So you see this, and it almost looks kind of basic by comparison. There's ship creation.
No.
And they did some stuff like build animals out of ship parts. Because there's all these different parts at your disposal. You could put them together in any configuration, essentially, and make shapes. So they made something that looks like a big transformer that blasts off into space. They made something that looked like a platypus or something like that.
That's funny.
And they just looked like big blocky versions of those things. Whereas in Breath of the Wild, you're getting all these weird dynamic, Tears of the Kingdom, weird dynamic creations that move in interesting ways.
Yeah.
And you don't have to spend time in menus to build this stuff. You just kind of like pick things up and put them together.
There's no way that Nintendo actually intended it to be this in
I
depth.
know. Well, you think? Because if you look back to Breath of the
Wild,
Wild,
do you really think that they were thinking, you know what, someone's going to make a mech?
They had to have known that crazy things were going to come out of this. People found ways to make airships out of minecarts in Breath of the Wild, which didn't even really have systems in place to do that kind of thing.
I did it.
So this game, which you can put any objects together in any configuration you want, they had to have known that just insane stuff was coming up.
Who knows?
There's this YouTube series I've been watching. It's like 10 ridiculous things in Tears of the Kingdom, and there's like 30 videos already. This guy just compiles videos of things that people have made.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
And you could sit there for hours and watch crazy thing after crazy thing that people have come up with. Somebody made a lawnmower. Like, why? They took spinning wheels and put swords on the bottom of them and aimed them down at the ground, and they spin. Because there's tall grass you could cut in the game, right? And sometimes there's crickets and rupees in it. Guy made a lawnmower. Why not?
Hey, man,
you got to keep Hyrule Field looking good. It's pretty great. So
I love it.
None of it, a lot of it, I should say, is not practical, but it's just so fun and so funny to play around with.
Man, back to Tears of the Kingdom.
We went back to Tears of the Kingdom. But this, by comparison, like when you're building these ships, you're just spending all this time in menus and different configuration layouts. It doesn't sound nearly as engaging or inviting. And that you feel like you get to
learn something, right?
Well, and just stare at text in menus rather than just interacting with actual objects in the environment.
Dang.
And that extends to the skill tree system too. It's very elaborate, and there's a lot going on,
which is fine. The skill tree stuff I can understand,
but it can be overwhelming for players who kind of just want to have a fun RPG experience and not spend tons of time in menus worrying about like, did I put this skill in the right place?
I think that's where like Fallout 3 or like Fallout succeeded in that aspect, right? Is like, you had these skills that you could pick from, but they all had like these little goofy photos of like the Vault Boy doing something strange or something, and like just by the picture you could tell like what it was kind of portraying.
That's true, and
you could read the blip of what it did, but like just by looking at it, you're like, here's an example. One was like, it was called Nerd Rage, where it was literally a Vault Boy who was all beefed up, like broken out of shirt that looked like a Hulk wearing glasses. It's like, well, clearly if I have a high science level, that means that I have like a high like melee damage or something like that, or like higher health. Right. So
yeah, that subtle visual representation can go a long way. You're not wrong. So I mean, Todd knows that. He's probably going to do something along those lines to make this more obvious and easy, user friendly, I should say.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't mean to rush you on this, but we're already over an hour.
No way.
We'll
Are you done with Starfield?
No. We can talk about it for a little bit. I know we've been doing these longer episodes, but we'll start.
This is the other biggest game of the year, probably. You know,
contender. You mean?
Yeah, there's a few big things coming out.
There's
this
only
year,
2 so far.
I know, right? Yeah.
It's not like we have. Actually, you know what? That's not true. Is this game coming out this year?
Yes.
Really?
Let me look. There's a date in here. September 6th. Very soon. And it's Xbox consoles and PC. That's it. So
wow, really?
PlayStation users are just
they're getting shafted
big time on this one. It's kind of sad.
That's nuts.
This is the beginning of that too, because Bethesda is now a Microsoft property.
Xbox needs it. Like they're floundering.
They do, but everything we've talked about so far has been Xbox.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot. They're bringing it.
And that's what I'm saying is they need it.
If this stuff actually delivers and is good and
their
people like
console's
it.
floundering.
Yeah.
And it's floundering hard and they know that.
It's always amazing how much money they put behind this stuff when they don't have the users out there. They don't have the install base out there.
Yep.
But it's coming to PC too, like you said. So these games could sell whether or not the Xbox really takes off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to play Starfield. Like I said, I love Bethesda. I love their games. I love open world games. I don't love the space exploration as much.
Yeah.
It's cool, but boy, is it boring.
Right.
It's just, oh my God.
I'm not into space RPGs either,
yeah.
to be honest
it's
with you.
just a little bit too much.
Yep.
Like, like I said, I want to be able to look at a map and be like, I can go there and do this thing and explore this area.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to open a space chart and be like, oh, I want to go to that dot or do I want to go to that dot?
Right.
So,
yeah.
I said, I didn't watch that 45-minute. I will go back and watch it. It seems like it sounds pretty cool.
I will say I'm kind of with you. As of right now, I don't plan on playing it.
Yeah.
A, because I don't want to buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
And B, because I'm not playing on PC. But,
whoa, calm down. Whoa, calm down.
But I'm fired up about
I know, I guess so.
But I also just am not interested enough to dive into a massive world like that. So.
Yeah, I feel it.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, we can move on from Starfield. It's coming soon, so we won't have to wait long to find out what people are actually thinking about it and if we're going to be interested in it. But as of now, that's what we know.
Yeah.
I
think that's about it.
More stuff? I got so much more stuff, but it's up to you.
Let's see here. How much more stuff do we have? I mean, I don't mind going a little.
You got some sales to get to, or what? What are you doing today?
No. We'll go. How about this? We'll go for about 20 more minutes.
Speed round.
Yeah, we'll speed run it.
Okay, cool.
I know. Like I said, I know we've been doing these longer episodes because we don't do it once a week. We do it twice a week. So.
Yeah, I thought with two of us we wouldn't be able to go this long. But there's just so much on the dock. So much.
First of all, we always do fine whenever we do.
That's
true.
So
I don't want to hear it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
I always lack the confidence.
Starfield looks fun.
Okay.
Xbox. If I'm not even gonna say all, but if half of these games deliver, like I hope they do, I think it'll be excellent for them.
Yeah,
they need it.
They definitely do.
Like I know Sony's PS5s have been like the thing everyone talks about, right? Like the scarcity of them, like how good it is, how beautiful it looks. No one talks about the Xbox because there's nothing on it.
Yeah, it's true.
Granted, there's really nothing on the PlayStation 5 either, but I feel like it has a little bit more than the Xbox does. So if half of these games are as good as we want them to be, I think that'll be excellent for them. Because if it doesn't, like I feel like this is the bullet in the chamber, right? If this doesn't go off,
yeah, we're 3 years in and the install base still isn't there, so they really need to get consoles sold. But also, people don't buy consoles on the promise of games; they buy consoles based on games. So Starfield really could be the big one.
Yeah,
if that doesn't sell consoles, then they got to rethink their strategy.
Yeah,
good call.
It really does.
Okay,
and bundle it.
With Starfield,
yes,
they'll release bundles for sure, but they're not going to give you much of a discount.
No, but what they should do, they should make like a special edition console with the game in it.
Okay,
make it cost like an extra $50 more, whatever. Like I know games are trying to be like $80 now or whatever for it, but you want to sell consoles and you want to sell them fast. That's how you do it.
Saves you $20, and you want to play Starfield. It's the only way to do it.
If this game blows up and everyone's talking about it, and little Jimmy down the road, who has collected all the like Paperboy tips that he has, you know,
that was me once upon a time.
Exactly. Throw the game in there, make it cost $800. I don't care.
Yeah,
get it out the door so you can first of all sell some consoles,
right?
And to whatever I said,
Mike.
Be better than Sony.
Microsoft, if you're listening,
I'm telling you,
your business strategy.
I'm telling you right now, like you want to sell consoles, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Because if no one has an Xbox and people want to play Starfield, just bundle them together and people will buy
That's their strategy. And Activision Blizzard is the next target.
I get it.
Yeah. We just buy the exclusives and you can only play them here.
Yeah.
Okay, couple general announcements from Summer Game Fest. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yep.
Part 2 of Final Fantasy VII is coming early next year.
I need to finish the first part.
Yeah, okay.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
There was nothing really surprising in this trailer, right?
Nope.
It's the open world. It's about what we expected to see.
It's Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Remake.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Spider-Man 2.
I really want to play it.
We got a release date, October 20th.
That's a Sony exclusive, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Insomniac. It's only on PlayStation. Yep. Maybe it'll come to PC eventually. I don't know.
I want it.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I'm a longtime Prince of Persia fan. Love the series.
Yeah.
Love a lot of the games in the series. This is a 2D game. It's a side-scroller game. It's actually made by the Rayman Legends and Origins team, which gives me confidence because those are great games.
Yeah, they're good.
And it's a Metroidvania. The old Prince of Persia games, the old side-scrollers, were kind of just like side-scrolling adventure games. This one has the backtracking, the skills that allow you to access new areas, stuff like that. So could be a cool fit. And this series has been MIA for a long time, so I'm happy to see that. I got a new Mortal Kombat 1 trailer. This game's very violent. Did you happen to watch the trailer?
No.
It's so gory.
It's a Mortal Kombat game.
I mean,
granted, I hear it's really, really good.
Yeah, they're fun games, but like we're getting to the point now where things look almost photorealistic.
I know.
So you add the Mortal Kombat gore to photorealism, and it's a bit much, I think.
Yeah, it's
almost.
a little too
It used to
much.
be goofy and cartoony, you know, but now it almost looks real. So
I know.
It'll still be fun though, I'm sure. Fortnite Transformers crossover.
Heck yeah.
We got a new Sonic the Hedgehog coming.
I saw that.
It looks like I don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 maybe. So it's like 2D side scroller but in a 3D engine.
Yep.
And it looks pretty. So could be fun. They really try to make Sonic work constantly, and like 4 times out of 5 it doesn't, you know, but then every once in a while we get one that people actually love,
which is fine.
Like Frontiers just came out and nobody really liked it all that much from what I understand. It was the first open world Sonic game.
It was good though. That was the thing, is it was really good.
Oh, interesting. You're the only person I've heard that from.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
okay.
It had its problems. I'm not gonna say it was perfect, but like, is it better than what everyone, or like, you know, what most people thought it was? Yeah, it was.
Okay, cool.
So, and this is just another side-scrolling 2D Sonic game.
Yep.
You know what they should do with the game?
Tell me.
You watched the trailer, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's one point where it's just like old school 2D Sonic, like pixel, like 16-bit Sonic.
Yep.
He goes through the goal and then it becomes 3D.
Yeah.
What if you made the game to where that was like a core element of the game?
The transition.
Yeah,
back
the
and
transition
forth.
back and forth.
Yeah, it could be fun.
That would be really cool.
That is a cool idea. We did just get Sonic Mania a couple years ago, which was a pixel version of like kind of a classic Sonic style, and that was great too. So yeah, I could see something like that working. We got an extended look at Alan Wake 2 gameplay finally.
That's all you, buddy.
Yeah, so I love the series. I've talked about it before. I'm a little worried now.
Yeah?
After seeing more of it, I'm less interested than I was before.
Ooh.
So you don't play as Alan Wake in this game, at least not at the beginning. You play as an FBI agent that's in the...
Name Wake Allen?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a lady, actually. I can't remember her name. And she's investigating...
Alice Wake.
...paranormal events in the woods of the Pacific Northwest, which I'm good with all that, right? But Alan Wake does appear in the trailer. He's at his desk typing a novel on a typewriter, which is what he does. And his stories weave themselves into the real world supernaturally. Kind of cool. But this game also looks a lot more gruesome and violent. There's guns and stuff in Alan Wake, but there's not a lot of blood.
Yeah.
It's not a very violent or gory game.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's kind of going more Resident Evil, which concerns me because it's a psychological thriller. It's not a horror game.
Yeah.
And they may be losing the plot.
But maybe that's the thing, is they didn't want to show that those psychological thriller portions of it.
Yeah.
Because like half the fun is not knowing, right?
Yeah.
It's just happening.
It's true.
They're not going to put jump scares in their trailer.
You can hint at it.
Maybe.
There weren't jump scares in Alan Wake. It's all cerebral. It's all in your head.
Whatever.
It makes you think. It's like, wow, that's creepy. That's weird.
Still makes you spooked.
Yeah.
But if you see it too early, you know, like, what's the point? If you don't have context, right?
Yeah.
You're missing it.
That's true. And sometimes trailers are just badly cut to really show off why the game's good. So like that could be all that's going on here too.
Yeah.
Did you see Sandland? The Akira Toriyama game?
No.
It looks like Dragon Ball, essentially.
Oh, yes.
It's kind of like Dragon Ball meets Borderlands,
Yes,
maybe. It takes place on a sand planet, and you're exploring, and you're hanging out with monsters. And,
I did see that one. I was like, oh, it's Dragon Ball, and then I skipped it.
Isn't it funny how his art style has not changed even a tiny bit in the past 40 years or
Nope.
so. It's so funny.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else like it,
Dragon
so why
Quest,
not?
Because nobody dares mimic
No.
him. How dare you? You couldn't possibly. It's so iconic.
I remember when I saw Dragon Quest like for the first couple times and thinking to myself, I was like, wow, this looks like Dragon Ball. Come to find out that it was made, by the art, like the guy. Right.
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah. So it's like if you make something that looks like Dragon Ball and he's not attached to it, you're immediately gonna think this is Dragon Ball.
Right.
So
or you're ripping off Akira Toriyama, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. You're ripping him off. Like you're the bad guy here. So
he doesn't do a lot of new projects either, though. So it's interesting to see an entirely new thing. I guess it's based on a manga.
He needs the money.
It's based on a manga from the early 2000s, I think. So
Might
it's not
be.
completely new. But how about Pal World? It's Pokemon.
Yes,
but
with guns.
Like literally.
Didn't they get sued by Nintendo for that?
I don't think so, because this just got announced and it's coming out.
I know, but I remember there being like some trailer or something. This was like 2 years ago.
That might have been a different game entirely.
It might have been, but like Nintendo still went after them.
So some of these Pokemon, for lack of a better term, I don't know what they call them in this game, look like blatant ripoffs of real Pokemon.
Yeah.
I saw Lugia in there. I saw Lucario.
I saw Gyarados.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And that's what I'm saying.
They're not even being sneaky about it.
How do you get away with it?
And then there's just literally guns.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like
Gatling
cartoon
guns.
fantasy guns.
Gatling guns.
Assault rifles.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Nuts.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this.
I don't understand.
Conceptually and visually, I don't get it.
It's
at all.
crazy that this made it this far.
Right.
And Nintendo didn't have something to say about it. Because look, I get it. It's not like Tim Tim, for example. Like that's a Pokemon-esque game. Nintendo didn't go off. Well, they might have. I don't know.
So the first thing
I don't know all the legal stuff.
This company probably the first thing they did is got a lawyer and said, "What can we get away with?" Before they even started designing the game.
They would have had to.
You would think, right?
Because like Nintendo, they don't mess around with that stuff.
Yeah.
At all.
Nintendo could sue them just based on Intellion. Yep. Because there's already Pokemon guns,
Oh my God, you're so right.
It's a blatant ripoff.
Yikes.
Come on, you guys.
Yikes.
He doesn't use an assault rifle.
No, but he uses his finger gun.
That's true.
Pew.
So funny. Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria.
Cool.
It's like a survival crafting game set in Moria. The dwarves, you make your own dwarf and you're retaking your homeland.
Yeah.
Not doing anything for you, huh?
Do not.
My kids are going to be really excited about this. My oldest daughter loves The Hobbit.
Never watched Lord of the Rings.
She loves Thorin Oakenshield.
Never watched Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
You can thank that guy
I knew
right
that. I knew that.
I never watched Lord of the Rings.
Unacceptable.
I didn't. I loved Harry Potter.
I mean,
I was a Harry Potter fan.
I can't say they make great bedtime stories because they're very long-winded, but they're so good.
That's
such
true.
a great series. I've bugged you about it before.
Yeah, I know.
I'll let you off the hook this time.
Everyone does.
Every time it comes up.
Yeah. Brooksy is the worst.
Oh, is he?
Oh, he digs.
He's the worst about a lot of different
That's
things.
True. he loves doing it.
Yep. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. This is a mobile recap of the entire Final Fantasy VII series, essentially. Sounds kind of lame. I don't know. Yeah. If you want to play Final Fantasy VII, just play the game.
Yeah, just play Final Fantasy VII.
and all the other games that go along with it.
Yep.
Baldur's Gate 3, they cast, what's his name? Lucius Malfoy. They cast Jason Isaacs as the villain in this game. It's kind of fun.
I don't remember this trailer at all.
Oh, okay, got it. Are you interested in Baldur's Gate 3? I mean, it's like one of the longest running RPG franchises in gaming.
Never played it.
Okay, gotcha. Twisted Metal has a live-action TV series coming to Peacock in July. Path of X
has the Falcon from
the new. Is it a spoiler? The new Captain America.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch that show, then it might be a spoiler.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We didn't say any names.
Okay, whoops.
Chris Evans.
Okay, no, wrong guy. Wrong Chris.
Yeah.
Path of Exile 2. They're gonna blow the lid off that and give us a bunch more information on July 28th. It's a Diablo clone.
Yes.
The first one was a Diablo clone too. I do know a lot of people that really like it though.
Yeah.
And I guess it does its own thing with some skills and stuff like that. Witcher Season 3 trailer aired. Nicolas Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight. Yes. I think it's funny that it's just Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
It's not like a character he plays.
Nope.
It's just him.
It's just him.
Yeah, why not?
But people are fine with that. People love Nicolas Cage.
Yep. Oh, I know. He's one of those canoe type guys. You know what I mean?
Canoe type guys.
Yeah. I do want to mention one other one, Party Animals. Do you know what this is?
No.
Did you ever play Gang Beasts?
Yes.
Game is so fun.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, and you cannot stop laughing the entire time you play it.
Yep.
It's basically the sequel to that. It's made by the same team, and that's coming September 20th. That's got to be Xbox exclusive too, though, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which is unfortunate.
It was on Steam. It was on Steam too. Sorry.
No, okay. So I hope I get a way to play that because my kids loved playing Gang Beasts. We played a lot of it together. You know, we can call it there. There was a couple more showcases from companies, specific companies. We had Capcom and Ubisoft, but nothing amazing to come out of those. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention from the Ubisoft conference, which again I wish Zach was here for.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones is finally getting a beta, which means it's probably finally coming out. That game was announced like going on 10 years ago. It's the kind of Assassin's Creed style ship-based combat game.
Don't remember.
Pirate combat game.
Do not remember.
Ship-to-ship stuff.
Wow.
You don't?
No.
And we've talked about it a few times on the show.
They waited for Sea of Thieves to start to die out, and then
maybe.
like, nah, this is the time.
But this is all like serious, and you're upgrading your ship with like cannons and things like that. I don't know. So it could be fun, but it's been so long in the making, it's hard to imagine anybody still being super excited about this game.
I don't even remember it anymore.
Yeah. Last thing.
Yeah.
Can I do one more thing?
Yeah. We got 7 minutes.
We might be getting a Zelda game.
Minutes.
Or it's a Zelda game.
A Zelda game?
We might be getting a Zelda movie.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't really come as a surprise to anyone.
I'm surprised they haven't already done it.
Yeah, well, both with the success of the Mario movie, which just obliterated all expectations, and the success of Tears of the Kingdom.
Is this
animated? Seems like a good time. So the rumor is, this came from the Hot Mic podcast. A guy named Jeff Snyder said that, here's his quote, Zelda is looking like the next big Illumination and Nintendo franchise.
Okay.
Illumination's parent company, Universal, is purportedly about to spend a pretty penny on the rights to this franchise.
I bet they are.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
they got a lot of pretty pennies from Mario.
They spent $100 million on Mario, and last I checked, it was at about $13.5 million or 100 and sorry.
Dang,
give me a second.
13.5
million. No.
I think it's
1.3 billion.
Yeah.
Is what the revenue was at. So it basically made its money back over 10 times over.
Yeah.
So
they got a lot of pennies.
Yeah, and Zelda maybe doesn't have quite the brand recognition that Mario does, but it's going to do well.
I disagree with you on that.
Oh, okay.
I disagree that Zelda...
What's your take?
I think Zelda has as much recognition as Mario does.
Okay.
When you think of Nintendo, you think of Mario.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's the mascot. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Zelda and Samus.
But the people who don't even know Nintendo know Mario. Can you say the same about Zelda? I don't know. Can you say the same about Link? You have that whole group of people out there that call Link Zelda. They're like, oh, I know him. That's Zelda.
I know him. That's yep, true.
So do they really know Zelda? I don't know. Do they know him enough to want to go see a movie of him in theaters? I don't know.
Here's the question. Here's the big ask.
All right, what you got?
If this is Illumination, they have one animation style, and that's not what Zelda
I'm with
should
you.
Look like.
I'm with you 100%. It's very cartoony. It's very exaggerated.
If they're gonna do it, I don't know if it can be with them.
Imagine like the more human looking characters in Mario though, like Peach maybe would be an example. They can do less exaggerated proportions if they want to.
When I think of what a Zelda movie should look like, like if I'm picking out specific like games that's the kind of vibe I would feel like would be perfect for it.
Yep.
Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Those two.
Okay.
More leaning towards Breath of the Wild because the characters they're still very cartoony, obviously looking, but they still have this like real personality vibe to them.
Yeah.
I guess Twilight Princess is like on the fence, right? Because it's a little bit almost too realistic.
Yeah.
Which stay away from live action.
Right.
Keep my boy out of the limelight.
That would be a bad idea for sure.
Just keep with the animated style.
Yeah.
Do I think Illumination animation style would be good for Zelda? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And not only their animation style, but their sense of humor, I don't think works at all. Those movies are all very goofy in a very specific way.
Yep.
Even
the Mario movie
it worked
was.
for Mario,
Yep.
and even some moments in that were like, I don't know if that really fits.
Yeah.
But none of that jives with Zelda at all. Zelda's
very serious.
It has some lighthearted moments and
but
some silly characters, but nothing that's like laugh out loud funny ever.
It is very serious.
Right. So who knows? And in light of one of the darkest and most interesting stories a Zelda game has had in a long time, no spoilers, because you probably haven't seen much of the story yet, but the story in Tears of the Kingdom is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable saying it's the best Zelda story that there's ever been. It's so good. The characters are so much more developed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who hated Breath of the Wild so much loves Tears of the Kingdom.
That should give a little extra weight to what I'm saying,
it does,
because I don't say it lightly.
I agree with you. No, I 100% agree with you.
Zelda, so wait till you see some more of these story beats.
Dude, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I started getting the things on the ground.
Oh,
so,
man.
So we're really starting to dig into it.
That culminates in one of my favorite moments of the game so far.
Okay.
So good. Yeah.
I want to ask you more. Well, hey.
Okay.
We only got like 2 minutes left. So,
okay, no problem.
So we'll start.
That's all we wanted to talk about. So you can sign us out.
Yeah,
man.
why not? Why not? I would say we have a question of the day, but we don't.
We could have handled that, but we need Zach.
For
that kind of thing.
When does the NES come out?
Stop it.
Who created Nintendo? When was Mandalorian season 2?
Fusajiro Yamauchi.
Ooh, I think you might be right, actually.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, well, okay, man. Stop
1889.
flexing your biceps, bro.
Can't help it.
Look,
gotta stretch.
Nintendo was a board game company back in the day.
Close.
They were a card game.
Yeah. Good job.
So
cool. So that's all the trivia you needed for a week.
There
and
you go.
The answers. That was just a little,
that was a little
video game
blip.
history class for you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Hey, Brittin.
Hey.
Thanks for being here.
Totally, man.
Thanks
this was
for
great.
Thanks for talking.
Yeah, a little too much. My voice is getting sore.
You're good, dude. You are excellent at what you do.
You too, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm just here to argue about things.
That's what we need for sure.
What can I say?
Yeah,
anyway,
that's the banter.
From Zach, or not Zach. Zach's not here.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was.
Wait. From Zach.
Yeah, from Zach.
Yeah, I'm here.
There's Zach. Cool. There's Zach. Brittin.
See you guys.
And your boy Scott.
It's been fun.
And we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The pharmacy is now closed.